Duke Eclipse presents the Horror Hideout Podcast, a podcast covering everything horror, including books, comics, and movies. Presented by Dawson Duke and Kayla Bullock. Welcome to episode 31. Today we're doing... What is it called? I'm blanking.
Don't Blink from 2014. Before we
16?
2014, I thought.
Did I watch the wrong movie? Or did I watch the 2014? Okay. I must have just seen the 2016 one whenever I was trying to find this one. I did watch the 2014 one, though, because we have talked a little bit about stuff that happens.
Before we get into this one, though, I just gotta throw this out there. We just went the other night and saw Primate in theaters.
Not me. I have not seen it.
Me and my husband. And it is phenomenal. My husband even said it's the best horror movie we've seen in years. So, if you like animal horror, I highly recommend Primate. And I went into it not really knowing what it was about. Obviously, I knew by the title what it was kind of about.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was really about, and it was scary. So, just throwing that out there.
Well, and speaking of going into something not knowing anything about it, didn't you do that with Don't Blink? You just knew the name.
I think I mentioned a couple episodes ago, we have probably 900 to 1,000 DVDs. And so sometimes I'll just go and grab one and, oh, hey, that title looks fun, let's watch it. And I was so surprised by this movie. As soon as it was over, I messaged you and was like, we have to do this movie for the podcast.
So we actually bumped some back to do this.
Yes, because I was so impressed with this movie. And there's not really closure to the movie.
Well, do we want to do non-spoilers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Non-spoiler, these people go up to a cabin and things get weird. And that's all I'm going to say. Because I don't want to spoil anything.
So, we have a group of 10 friends that go up there.
But it's not like a true blue bottle movie, because it's not like we get the scenes of them driving to the place and stuff, and like they go outside, but it is all like at this one location, which is the lodge.
Yeah. But they split up and they go to look in the cabins, and they find like one of them, the water's still running, and
yeah.
At one point, and I don't.
So there's Jack and his girlfriend Tracy.
No.
Yes.
His ex-girlfriend.
No, Jack and his girlfriend Tracy. His ex-girlfriend is Charlotte.
I thought Charlotte was his current girlfriend that's pregnant.
No.
Ella is his ex-girlfriend.
No. Wait, I said that wrong. It's Jack and his girlfriend Tracy, Tracy's brother Lucas, Alex and his friend Sam, and Sam's girlfriend Charlotte. And then Noah is Ella's
boyfriend.
Yes, and
Ella is Jack's ex.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Lots of characters.
Yeah. So
I just want to throw this out there too. This is the first movie that Travis Oates has directed, and he did the voice of. He's known for doing the voice of Piglet in the Winnie the Pooh movies, so I think that's kind of cool. So this group of friends, I think they got their 3 cars, I think.
Yeah.
And they're going up to this lodge in the mountains to.
At least 3 cars.
I think there's 3.
I don't know.
I think there's 3. But anyway, they're going up to this lodge in the mountains to get away from college and kind of take a break and get ready for finals. And one of the girls has booked this. So it's not like a cabin like Cabin in the Woods where it's just them going out to this random cabin. It's a lodge. So there's the big lodge and then there's all these little cabins around it, kind of like what we've stayed in before in the Smoky Mountains. Yeah. But they have this argument in the car about stopping for gas, and they don't stop because the lodge has gas pumps.
Yeah.
So when they get there, they can't get any gas out of the gas pumps because they're locked, and Noah tells them that they're locked and that you have to have a key to make them work.
Okay. And when we talked about people, we didn't mention Alex yet.
Okay.
He is the one that's the orange car.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Okay. So he's the one that pulls up to the gas pump and can't get gas, right?
Yes.
And there's another car sitting there with the doors open out at the pump and nobody's around.
Yeah.
And there's some other cars in the parking lot too.
And who?
So one of the girls.
I don't remember which guy tells Alex, but one of them tells them that they need a key to pump the gas.
Noah does, because they think he's weird.
Okay.
And I don't know if you said this already, but he's kind of the outcast of the group.
I don't think I did.
They don't really know him. He's just
Ella's new boyfriend.
Yeah. One of the girls was getting sick on the way there, so is it Charlotte that takes her inside?
I think so.
And they can't find anybody in the lodge.
Yeah, they look all around, but there's like a drink on the bar and stuff like that. It's like people just like up and left.
Yeah, there's food in the kitchen, like in the dining room. And the one, and I can't remember which one it is, but she goes in the bathroom and there's somebody's lipstick is on the bathroom sink.
It's not just lipstick. It's there's like a whole makeup bag.
Yeah. But there's nobody around. There's purses sitting around and it's like people just up and left. Coffee on the table, and so then they go back outside with the guys.
And did we talk about them splitting up and searching?
Not yet.
That's pretty much what happens next. They kind of split up and search, and they can't find anyone.
They go into all the different cabins.
Yeah. And they're also looking for a phone at the same time. And
they all have no cell phone service.
That's what I was going to say. One note I did take, though, is I think it's Noah says, I don't have a phone. And Alex says, yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, it was Noah.
But they're looking around to see if they can find a phone, and they don't find one.
Yeah.
But they're like, they feel like there has to be a phone somewhere because the lodge has a website, and that's how they got tickets or whatever to come here. Right. A reservation. That's the word I was looking for.
So they go to all the different cabins and they're looking, and like one of them they go into, there's the sink's still running. There's one that has a baby crib in it, and I think there's toys in the crib, but there's no baby. There's nobody in there. And I don't know if it's this part or if it's later on, but one of the guys opens, I think it's later, but he opens the cabinet under the sink, and on the wood it says "Help me." Did you catch that?
That's later.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this the part where two of them go down by the lake?
Yes.
So they go down by the lake and they're looking, and the water is frozen over. And
which I thought this was one of the coolest scenes of the whole movie.
This might not happen yet.
I thought it did, because I thought they were all like, they knew there was a lake and they were going down to see if there was somebody at the lake.
Okay.
And it's cold. We didn't talk about this. It's cold there. And they talk about how it's like 20 or 30 degrees colder than anywhere else they've been.
Well, the one girl brought binoculars. Do you remember which girl it is?
No.
Is it Ella? Yeah, it is. Because later she talks about how she wanted to be a biologist.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So she brought binoculars because she was going to do some bird watching, and she noticed something out on the water. So do you want to talk about this? Because you said it was cool. Yeah, well, you said it was cool, so you can...
You talk about the boat and I'll talk about the other stuff.
Okay. She pulls out the binoculars and she's looking at, there's like a spot in the water that's not really covered with ice, and she sees there's a boat out there with like a fishing pole with the line in the water, but no one's on the boat.
Yeah.
And so they think maybe, they kind of are theorizing that maybe there was some kind of evacuation.
Yeah. But then, I don't remember who the guy is that she's with. It's her and a guy.
It might be Alex.
And she's like, listen to that, there's no birds. And he's like, well, it's wintertime, maybe.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, there should be birds, there should be insects, we should hear something. So
well, he brings up insects, and she says, well, they wouldn't be out right now because it's winter. She says, but if you flip a rock or look in the topsoil, you should find some pretty easily.
Yeah. And so she does that and doesn't come up with anything.
Yeah. So it's not just people that are gone, it's everything.
Yeah. But they talk about how it looks like the lake kind of froze quickly. Like it wasn't a normal freeze. It was the boat in the middle of the water and it froze around it.
Yeah. So everyone gets back to the house and
they go back inside to get Tracy, right?
I don't know.
Was she the one that was getting sick?
Yeah, because she's the pregnant one.
And she's gone. No, Tracy's not the pregnant one. Jack's new girlfriend is pregnant. Is that Tracy?
Yes.
Okay. So they go back in to get Tracy and she's gone.
Yeah. And so they don't know, like, they don't know where she went or how far she could have gotten and stuff. So I think they kind of split up again and they're kind of searching around the house. And 2 people are behind the house.
It's Noah and his girlfriend.
Ella.
Yes.
And so they come around the corner and it's like they go around the back of the house, the lodge, and they go in on one side, and when they come back out on the other side, the only one that's there is Ella.
Yes.
And they can't find Noah.
And she's kind of in shock. Like, isn't she the one that?
No.
Oh, I thought she was.
No. That's Charlotte, and
okay.
that's she's the one that goes in the car with.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so
they kind of have this argument between what are we going to do? Where's everybody going?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to stay here? Are we going to... I think it's Lucas, you said, that had the car. He wants to... They actually siphon the gas out of all the vehicles there.
Is the one with the orange car.
And put it all in his car.
Yeah.
To see if they can get enough to get anywhere. And I think they end up with, like, not even a half a tank of gas.
Well, they want to do that, but they kind of vote and they decide that they don't want to leave, but Alex and Sam are like the 2 that want to leave and everyone else wants to stay. So they end up, despite the rest of the group outvoting them, they decide they're going to drain the gas anyway and try to put it in one car.
And it's not that everybody else really wants to stay, it's that they don't want to leave people behind.
Yeah, especially Jack argues very hard, like, I can't leave behind my pregnant girlfriend.
Well, he doesn't know she's pregnant.
Okay, so I was wrong. The ones that are down by the lake, was it Alex and Claire you said?
Yes.
So Claire's the one that wants to be a biologist.
Yeah.
I got that mixed up.
There's a lot of characters to keep straight in this movie.
Yeah,
and
there
it
is.
moves fast.
Yeah.
So.
And like we said, we both each just watched it once.
Yeah.
So...
And they don't even really use their names all that often.
No, I didn't even catch most of their names.
Yeah, I didn't even know Jack was Jack and he's like the main guy, so.
So they end up like deciding to stay in the lodge and they're all going to keep an eye on each other. And you mentioned there was like an Amelia. Mm-hmm. She must disappear at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're playing
2 of them.
Yeah.
Guy and a girl. Alex and Amelia, right?
Lucas
and Amelia.
Yeah. They're playing like strip poker basically, and Lucas goes down behind the counter to take his underwear off to match her bet, and he disappears.
Yeah.
And so the other ones, this is kind of the first one that's like really crazy, because the other ones it's like, oh, they were right behind me and stuff, but this one it's like they're in the house, he went down behind the bar, and now he's gone.
Yeah. And
so that's when they really decide like we need to have 2 people watching each person at a time.
Yeah.
Which does kind of remind me of that one SCP that I've talked about before, the Peanut. I think it's 178.
I don't remember that one.
Or 187. It was the first SCP, but it's like a Death Angel from Doctor Who, where you have to look at it or it'll move and snap your neck. So it's you have to watch it basically. So it's kind of, I mean, it's adjacent.
Yeah. So is this when Jack takes Tracy upstairs?
Tracy.
Not Tracy. Ella upstairs.
Yeah.
So Ella's so tired she can't stay awake, so Jack decides to take her upstairs and let her lay down. And they get up there, and this part made me so mad. He tells Ella that he knows that Tracy was pregnant.
Yeah.
And he has a ring he was going to propose to her.
Yeah.
And then they have sex.
Yeah, they end up sleeping together. And
it makes me so mad because I'm like, here you say you're missing your girlfriend who's pregnant and you were going to propose to her.
And then...
as soon as she disappears, you sleep with somebody else.
Yeah. And then right after this is he, like, turns his back to her for 1 second and she disappears.
Yeah.
So then he comes back downstairs. And this is one issue I have with the movie that we kind of talked about is it's kind of inconsistent when people disappear and when they don't.
Yeah, because he was up there by himself. There was nobody watching him,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
And he's naked, so I thought he was going to, like, run down in only a blanket or something to be around people, but he comes down fully clothed, so he took the time to put his clothes back on. And it's not like he was just wearing, like, he threw on, like, basketball shorts and a shirt. He's wearing, like, fully clothed.
Yeah. But I kind of wonder if maybe they got away with it because there was a mirror in the bedroom. So maybe he was looking at himself. But then when he went down the stairs, there wouldn't have been a mirror.
Yeah, I know. It feels inconsistent. The rules feel inconsistent.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think the concept is really cool.
I agree. But at some point in here, Alex reveals that he brought a gun.
Yeah.
That was in his car. And I think it's just like a revolver or something.
And again, they're arguing because he wants to leave.
Yeah. Well, Sam ends up taking the gun from Alex and says, "I'm leaving." And he takes Charlotte with him. So they leave in the car and they're driving away. And then, I don't know if they hear screaming or what.
Yeah.
But, Sam ends up disappearing.
The car crashes into a tree.
Oh wait, Sam also shoots Alex in the shoulder.
Yeah.
He disappears though. Sam disappears.
Yeah.
That's why it crashes.
Yeah.
So Sam ends up disappearing, so they find Charlotte, like, in shock. And she's basically in shock for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, kind of comatose. Like, they get her in the house and sit her in a chair, but she doesn't really...
Yeah, that's being in shock.
Yeah, I know.
When you don't respond to outside stimuli.
I know what shock is.
And so at this point, I think it's just Alex and Claire and Jack and Charlotte. Everyone else is gone. Right?
I think so.
Which I think Amelia's the one that disappears with the fridge.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. That was a cool scene.
So they're all in the kitchen, and we see them open the fridge door, and, like, Amelia is standing right there. And so the first time they open it, and then close it, she's there. And then the second time they do, she's gone.
Yeah, because there's people on both sides of the fridge, and the girls behind her were looking at her the first time, and the second time they weren't.
I think there's just one girl behind her, though. Behind them.
Two, because they were talking.
No, I think they're just talking across the room. I think there's only one behind her.
I thought there were two. Anyway,
Oh, another thing I was going to say about the SCP that I was talking about. Another reason it reminds me of it is because they have, like, two people watching it at a time, and they take turns blinking.
So yeah, so we've only got 3 people left.
Yeah.
Right?
No, 4.
4.
Claire, Jack, Alex, and Comatose.
Oh, that's right.
Charlotte.
So then there's a knock at the door.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we said this. They decided to stay at the lodge.
Yeah.
They're not in one of the cabins. They're at the lodge. And at one point they get into an argument, and they tell Jack, you know, whatever happens from this point on is on you because I wanted to leave. I think it may be Sam that says that.
I don't know.
But anyway, so there's a knock at the door, and they open the door, and it's Noah, who was one of the first people to disappear.
And Alex, like we said, he got shot, but it was in the shoulder, so he's still alive. And they have it wrapped up. And he has the gun again. Because I think I don't know how he ends up with it.
Well, Sam disappeared, so it was in the car where they got Charlotte out.
Yeah, but does Jack have it at first?
I don't think so.
Alex has it?
So
they must have given it back to Alex at some point. I don't know if we see that on camera, but...
He has the gun. I know he took it out. Somebody took it out of the car.
So yeah, like Mom said, they open the door and Noah's standing there, and he comes inside, and he's basically like, I think I fell in a ditch. One minute I was walking, and the next it was just blackness, and then I woke up and it was nighttime, or something like that.
Because he's the one that disappeared behind that cabin, the lodge.
And you thought that it was, that he literally fell in a ditch.
I did, and I couldn't, I still don't know, like, I know what your opinion is. I'll let you tell your opinion. Go ahead.
I think he actually did disappear and came back.
But why would he be the only one that came back?
Why would he have not disappeared if he did fall in a ditch?
I don't know.
No one was looking at him for so long.
I don't know.
That's what I mean, the rules are very inconsistent.
Why came back?
I don't know.
Maybe because nobody was looking at him for so long?
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense.
I know, I don't. There's some plot holes, but it's a good movie.
Well, not necessarily plot holes, it just goes unexplained, so maybe there is an explanation that we're just not thinking of.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing is to, like, sow doubt. And he's the odd one out, like, he's the one that they didn't really know, so...
And Alex kind of accuses him of being behind all of it, and he's like, where, kind of what did you do with everybody?
Real quick, do you know the Goatman story?
Uh-uh.
So basically, it's a story, and there's these people that go camping, and all the people like kind of know each other, but like one of them might be like, oh, this is my friend's cousin, or like this is a friend of a friend, but like they all generally know each other, and I think there's like 12 of them or something. Well, like a 13th person appears, and but they don't know which one it is, because like the entity like makes them have memories and stuff of that person.
Wow.
And so, or maybe that's wrong. Maybe that isn't it. But like basically, because they don't like all know each other super well, they don't really know who's the fake person.
Interesting. Is that
Anyway,
like a scary like a story, like a book?
like a creepypasta,
Oh,
which
okay.
I think it's also based off of like a urban legend or something.
I may have to look more into that one.
Yeah. Um. But Anyway, um. You were talking about he's questioning Noah.
Yeah, so he's questioning Noah, and he basically is accusing Noah of being the cause of all of it.
Yeah. Do they knock Noah out and then tie him to a chair, or do they just tie him to a chair or put him in a chair?
I don't think they knock him out. I think they just. Well, I don't remember.
Somehow he ends up in a chair, and I don't think he can get up.
I think he's tied up.
That's what I mean.
He's tied to the chair.
Um.
But
So
Alex just kind of goes off the deep end, screaming at him like,
yeah.
"Where'd everybody go? What'd you do?"
Well, and it's he kind of reminded me of Marty, where he goes from like really funny to being like super serious essentially, because he is kind of like the comic relief character,
Yeah.
but then he kind of goes insane.
And when you say Marty, you're referring to Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, I should have said that.
Our
Yeah,
listeners.
which Marty doesn't like go off the rails in that, but he's turns out that like he's not as dumb as people think he is.
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts?
Now you got me thinking about the wrong movie. So
he's questioning Noah. He's like, "What do you remember? Where did you go? Were the other people there? Are you actually Noah, or are you someone else?"
And I mean, Noah's kind of crying, and like I don't know what
like it seemed like he genuinely doesn't know what's going on.
So
But another thing is, like I think he disappeared and came back for some reason, and like I don't think there's an explainable reason. I just think he did, maybe to try to like sow doubt with the others or something. But another thing that I was thinking about is he could have been something from like whatever is taking people.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, continue.
It would have been cooler, not cooler because I like the movie, but if he had been the one that made the reservations and then he's the one that came back.
Yeah.
So Alex gets really, really agitated and he shoots him in the leg. And Noah still won't tell him anything.
Yeah, like through the knee.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would hurt. Oof.
Yeah.
So then he shoots him again.
And then Jack takes a step forward like he's going to stop Alex. And Alex is like, "Why are you stopping me now? You didn't stop me for the first shot. Is this too far for you?"
Which, I mean, Jack's kind of just a pushover.
Yeah.
I can't say that because he had a gun, so I don't know.
I know you said the thing about like, oh, he's cheating on his girlfriend and stuff. I wonder if it's supposed to make you not necessarily like him all that
I
much.
don't like him all that
I
much
know.
for that. I think it's ridiculous.
But I wonder if that kind of stuff is in there so you're not as torn up when stuff happens.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The ending is still kind of sad. So, I think he shoots Noah again, right? He shoots him twice.
He shoots him in the other knee.
And then he drags him out onto the front porch and leaves him out there. And so there's blood streaks all from that chair to the front door.
Yeah. And they leave him outside the door, and we hear him screaming for a while, and it suddenly cuts out, and then Alex says, "Well, I guess it really was him."
Yeah. I mean, just
very
so
dismissive. Yeah.
Just terrible. But
and
then
he still has the gun, and
then all the blood on the floor is gone too.
I don't think we see that yet, though.
Oh, okay.
I think they just mention it later. But you can tell, and like we said, what? Caroline? Charlotte. Thank you. Charlotte is still here, but like we said, she's like in shock in a corner.
See, and this is another part where I feel like if she So she's in shock. She's sitting in this corner. Maybe she herself didn't blink if she was in shock.
Yeah, I don't know.
But because there's not people looking at her at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. But, so, she's still there, but she's not, like, freaking out or anything, because, like we said, she's in shock. But Jack and Claire are, like, really freaked out by how Alex is acting. But Alex still has the gun.
Yeah.
So he kind of goes on this whole spiel, and I don't know exactly what he says, but it basically comes down to he wants to make sure he's remembered at the very least.
Yeah.
So he shoots himself in the head, hoping that his body will stay behind.
Yeah. But then it disappears.
Yes. They look away for a minute and it disappears. And one thing I wanted to say, I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, but when they're looking around the cabin, one thing they see is a noose hanging from, like, the second story. And I told Mom when I watched this, and then him shooting himself and stuff, I knew as soon as I looked away his body was going to disappear because we already saw that rope there.
And see, that never clicked with
Yeah.
me. Like, I saw the noose.
Yeah. But another thing about that is, it could have been like they put the noose up and then have a chance to actually hang themselves before they disappeared.
Yeah.
But I interpreted it as someone did hang themselves and disappeared. So even the bodies disappear is the point. But like Mom said, the blood trails leading out the door even disappeared.
Yeah.
Which I have a problem with that because Alex still has Noah's blood on him and it's still there.
Still has what?
Noah's blood on him. On his face from where he shot him through the knees when he was up close. And it doesn't disappear until he disappears.
But maybe because it was on something biological.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Wouldn't? I'm just trying to... I'm grasping at straws.
I know. I just don't think that part makes sense. I think if they were gonna... Because I think it's on his shirt, too.
Probably.
So I think if they were gonna have all Noah's blood disappear, it should have been like Alex suddenly doesn't have blood on him.
Yeah.
Which also would have been cool to see.
Yeah. So we're just down to 3.
Yes.
And the phone rings.
No. Yes.
The phone rings before the electricity goes out.
Yep.
And they hear a phone ringing.
And it's like a motorcycle behind the bar.
Yeah, it doesn't look... You wouldn't have known it was a phone if it hadn't been ringing. And so he answers it. Jack answers it. And he says, no, we're not taking reservations right now.
And then... Doesn't he hand the phone to Claire? And she's the one that calls the police?
Yeah. And he's like... Says something. It was kind of a funny line. Something about their phone's a motor... They have a motorcycle phone or something. Yeah. So she actually calls the police.
And she tells them there's been an accident at the lodge and that there's a lot of dead people.
Yes.
Which I think is good.
But they say that it's going to be like 3 hours before anybody can get there.
And she says send as many as you can. And I think she's very smart for saying that stuff. Because imagine being like, everyone disappears when you don't look at them. Like, they're going to assume you're crazy. Which they still would send, like, at least one unit to check on you.
Right.
But telling them there's been an accident and there's multiple people dead is a good way to get lots of people out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always heard that if you're in trouble, don't yell help, yell fire, because people are nosy and they'll come see what's going on. Which I know this is emergency people, but...
Well, another thing on the phone is, like, there's certain keywords that will get you a faster response. Like, if you say there's a man with a gun, or there's a body and stuff like that, they'll come out quicker than if you... You know.
And they even mention that it's going to take 3 hours to get there because of the unusual weather.
Do they say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's been, I want to say ice, and they couldn't get there the normal way. They'd have to go the long way around.
Yeah.
So then the electricity goes out. And they light candles. And so Jack and Claire, right?
Yes. Well, I think Jack has a lighter on him.
Yeah.
So whenever the electricity first goes out, he is like fumbling with the lighter and he gets the light so they can see each other. But again, they don't see each other that whole time, but they're yelling back and forth to each other and none of them disappear.
Yeah.
And even Charlotte, they bring a candle to her. She didn't disappear in the darkness either with no one looking at her.
I still wonder if it's because she didn't blink. Like she was in shock and she didn't.
So you think a person physically blinking makes them disappear?
Maybe?
Huh. I don't know.
Maybe because she was looking at them?
That doesn't make sense, though.
I know.
Because there's later parts where we see people looking at... I don't know.
So, they take Charlotte a candle, and they're
Yes.
sitting on the floor, and they're just kind of talking back and forth, trying to keep each other calm.
Awake.
Yeah.
And Claire says she has to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so they go in the bathroom, and I think they take Charlotte with them.
They don't take her with them because she's not in there with them at first. She comes up behind them.
I thought they took her with them, and she was like standing in the doorway.
Oh, maybe they.
Because why would they leave her behind if you have to be looking at someone?
I have no idea.
So anyway, they're in the bathroom, and I don't know exactly what Charlotte says.
She says, "I think I'm gonna go now."
Yeah, and then she steps into like a closet that's in the bathroom that has no lights in it because they've lit other candles in the bathroom, and she disappears. So it's just Jack and Diane. No, it's just Jack and Claire, and so they're looking in the mirror.
Diane, because that would have been easy for us to remember.
Yeah, but they're both staring in the mirror at themselves.
And they only have to stay awake for 3 hours. Like, they just have to make it till the rescue people get there.
And they're taking turns blinking. But then they both end up closing their eyes. And is there something else that happens, or they both just kind of fall asleep, essentially?
Yeah.
And
which I thought was kind of a cool scene on this one, because Jack fades away.
Yes.
And he's the only one we really see where he...
And it reminded me of Vanishing on 7th Street, the way it kind of works.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kind of like... It's almost like he took a step backwards into the shadows.
Yeah. So Claire's the only one left.
Yes.
And she stands and stares at herself in the mirror until help gets there.
She hears sirens outside, so she ends up running out of the bathroom outside and hugs the first police officer she sees. And so he ends up putting her in the back of the car, and he asks if...
She tells him, she says, "Don't blink," and he says, "I never do."
That's to an agent that's walking by or something. Because I think he comes over and talks to her through the back car window.
Yeah.
And she says that.
Yeah.
It's like Men in Black is what it is. It's like a guy in like a black suit. But she tells someone, either the cop or him, they ask her if she's by herself, and she says, "Yeah, I'm the only one," or something like that. So she's in the back seat of the car, and
before you go on, when we say there's emergency people there's ambulances, there's fire trucks, there's police cars. I mean, we're not talking 2 or 3 people. There's probably 25 or 30 people there.
So, anyway, she's in there, and she, like, puts her head down for a second. Like, she's putting her head in her hands. People are heading inside and stuff. And all of a sudden, you hear, like, radios going and all this stuff, and all of a sudden it gets really quiet. And then we see that everyone but her has disappeared. And my thought was, she ducked down below the window, no one's looking at her, she disappeared, and we're seeing what it looks like to disappear.
I didn't get that.
But I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, because then she looks in the
mirror,
the rearview mirror of the car, and she blinks and the movie ends.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought was happening at first. And I do not think, I'm sorry, but I do not think every single person was looking away from each other at the exact same moment for them all to disappear at the same time.
I told you I had some issues with this one, but I still like it.
But I wonder if it's kind of like what you said, where I wonder if it's you have to be looking at someone, but then there's parts that counteract that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was super impressed with it for it to be one I just picked off our shelf that I'd never heard of before, for it to be as good as it was. And I know I told you this, but to me it was very much like Vanishing on 7th Street. And I know you like that one better. I liked this one just because of the setting, because it took that cabin in the woods setting and kind of flipped it on its head. Like, it was the same kind of idea, you know, we're going to a remote area and all that, but just, it was really cool, a really cool setting, and I loved the scene at the lake.
I think one of the reasons I like Vanishing better is because you actually get to know the characters better, in my opinion. Like, you know who they are and stuff. I like the format of 7th, where it kind of flashes back and forth to, like, this is this person's backstory and stuff. And, like, the scene where, I think the boy's name is James. I'm talking about Vanishing.
I think so.
He's, like, playing with like his truck or whatever, and then it like flashes back to when the bar was full. Like that scene of him like walking into the bar full of people, like from the empty bar, like that's so cool and stuff like that. And I feel like, in my opinion, the Vanishing on 7th Street was a more well thought out idea that had a better script. Like it.
I think this one could be on par with Vanishing
yes.
if we didn't have 10 or 11 characters we were trying to follow.
I think
give us a group of 6 or
well,
5.
And I even think it'd be fine to have like 11 characters and just have a lot of them disappear really early.
Yeah.
And just focus more on these other ones. Yeah. Because even like that Sinners that came out, there's some characters that are kind of just background characters you don't really know that end up dying later in the movie. Yeah. You don't like that movie?
Did not like that one very well. Aaron loved it, but I did not like it very well. I thought like the second half was really good. Yeah. I thought it was really drawn out at the first half.
But I just think that Vanishing was more of a fully realized idea than this movie was.
I liked it.
I feel like if there weren't so many like nitpicky things, I would like it a lot better. Like scenes where people are looking away, or like more clarity on how it works, not an explanation of how it works, but more clarity of like, if you look away from them for 5 seconds, they disappear or whatever. Like, just like, you know.
But I still go back to, maybe it's if you blink and you aren't looking at someone.
But that doesn't make sense.
But the movie's called Don't Blink.
No, I know that. But it's not like you just blink and you disappear. They act like it's if you're being perceived, you don't disappear. That's kind of what they say in the movie.
But then there's plot holes where that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I wonder if I could go back through and watch it thinking that someone has to be looking at someone, and that makes it, without blinking, and that would make it better.
The only reason I lean more toward that is because of Charlotte. Because she's in shock. And I know there's probably 20 times in that movie nobody's looking at her.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily think her eyes are open all the time.
I don't know.
Because I know she's in shock, but I feel like we see her blink whenever...
Maybe we do. But I still feel like... Because then she's the one that goes... She's behind them and she's looking at them and then she says, I'm going to go now.
Or maybe it can't take people that are in shock.
I don't know.
Who knows?
But there is no explanation for what is happening.
Yeah.
And I am usually not one, like, I want closure. It's like I was telling you about that book I just read. There's not really closure at the end of that book. But I loved it, and I feel that way about this movie. I think it was really cool.
I agree.
I love the setting. The acting was good. I mean, there's not really anybody I could point out and say, oh my gosh, that was horrible acting. And it was just, like, I understand Vanishing was probably more of, like, a
fully realized idea.
Like, more like a I don't want to say blockbuster, but had some bigger names in it. But I just thought this was really cool for...
I still don't... Vanishing didn't have, like, huge people in it, though.
Had what's his name?
Well, yeah, but he's... I don't mean to be mean to him, but he's kind of a crapshoot actor from what I've seen. Like, he kind of just does whatever.
Like him.
I do, too. I'm not... He is a good actor. I'm saying he kind of ends up in a lot of random stuff.
We're talking about John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
I can't say his last
name. Yeah,
he's
also in the menu that we covered.
And he was in, he's in the Christmas one. He's the bad guy in the Christmas one where,
Violent Night?
Is that the one where, Hopper is Santa?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main bad guy in that one.
Yeah.
I really like this movie. I think that it's worth a watch. I don't think it's one, we've talked before about movies where we feel like you can put it on the background. Yeah. I feel like this one you really need to watch to pay attention to what's going on.
Especially to keep track of which character's which. Because, like, we got some stuff confused. Like, I was thinking that Ella was the one that wanted to be a biologist, but that was actually Claire.
Yeah. And again, I think they could have whittled down the cast a little bit and not had so many people.
And I'm glad I watched this, but in all honesty, it's probably not one I would ever rewatch.
Really? I think I would.
No, I think I'm just kind of done with it.
I think I'd watch it again just to see.
Maybe to watch it one more time to watch it through the lens of if they're not looking at someone and they blink, they disappear.
Well, I have a pile of movies that, like, when I get done with them, I'm done, and then I have a pile of movies that, okay, I might watch this again. This one went and I might watch again.
I don't think I would. I think if I wanted to watch a movie with a similar concept, I would just watch Vanishing.
Huh. I don't know. I like this one. I think I would watch it again. I mean, it wouldn't be my go-to movie, but
yeah,
I'd watch it again. And Aaron liked it. He came in once partway through it, and he kept saying, "Will you pause it? I gotta go do this. Will you pause it?" Yes, I'll pause it. I'll wait for you. He's like, "Well, I thought you said this was one we'd already watched." And I said, "No, I told you it was one we hadn't seen."
Well, I'm glad you really liked it.
I did. I was so excited to tell you about it because I knew how much you like Vanishing.
Yeah.
Because it just...
Well, and I like this, don't get me wrong. I think maybe if I'd seen this first and then Vanishing, I might be like, oh, this is one I'll come back to. But I think because I seen Vanishing first, and it's such a similar concept, but I feel like it's done better in that movie. Which, again, it is a different concept, because in this, if you look away from someone, they disappear. In that, if you go into the darkness, you disappear.
Yeah. Which, if you haven't seen Vanishing, watch it, and we do have an episode about that one, too.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite horror movie.
I don't know. I like the concept of this one.
Yeah.
I think it could have been better executed. I really do. But I think it was
I really like the concept, too. I think it's really interesting. And when you first told me about it, you didn't tell me a whole lot about it because you wanted me to go into it kind of unspoiled, but you did tell me, well, the title says a lot.
Yeah. And I think it reminded me of Vanishing.
Yeah, and so I kind of had the idea beforehand. And I wonder if I had sat down and watched it not knowing anything about it other than it was called Don't Blink, if I would have had a better viewing experience. But I think already knowing that and like looking for the signs, it made me realize like, oh, there's like a lot of points where someone's not being looked at and they don't disappear and stuff like that. Yeah. Like,
well, I didn't even read the back of it. I just looked at the cover. Yeah. And I'm like, we'll watch this one.
Well, I think we should do that for other movies.
Yeah, I do that. I mean, I do that a lot if I just want to put something in that...
Well, next time...
I did put one in the other day, though. Aaron's like, you can pick a movie, and I put one in, and we watched like 20 minutes of it, and it was the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. And it was horrible, and we didn't even finish it.
We should do... This is kind of related to what we were talking about, but we should do a Shark month or something at some point.
Shark Week, when they do Shark Week in... Whenever it is, when Discovery Channel does Shark Week.
Yeah, but we only release one episode a week.
We need to do the one where Mr. Belding pretends to be from Texas.
Trailer Park Shark. We could do that one. We could do Mississippi River Sharks, because that's one of my favorites, and we could do Ghost Shark.
We gotta do some I haven't seen, though.
We could do Santa Jaws. I don't know. There's a bunch. You've seen Ozark, haven't you?
What's her name? Yeah, what's her name's in Trailer Park Shark, too?
I don't know.
She was in Tara. She was in American Pie.
Well, I feel like we're getting really off track here, so...
We are.
We should probably wrap up the episode.
We have to. Have fun.
I am, too.
But check this movie out, and you told me that it's called Don't Blink, and it's 2014, and you told me yesterday there's a 2016, a 20...
And I think there's like a 1963 movie called Don't Blink or something, but they're all completely different
2025
movies.
One, a 2023 one. Like, so if you're following along with this, make sure you watch the 2014 one with Brian Austin Green.
And they're all...
I Googled it yesterday, or earlier today, it had a completely different synopsis. It said they were stranded at a rest area on their way to a music festival. Yeah. So it's not that one.
But anyway, all the ones I looked at, it seemed like they were all completely different movies that had nothing to do with each other. Like, they weren't remakes or anything. So, I guess Don't Blink is kind of a generic enough name that it's been used more than once.
So, what are we doing next week? Do you know?
I don't remember. We can look.
Next week, we're doing one of Dawson's favorite movies to make fun of, Age of Dinosaurs.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't know... This episode that we're doing right now is going to be on the shorter end for episodes we do, and that episode will probably be on the shorter end too. Because there's a lot of scenes in that movie that probably could have been cut down.
But we can make fun of a lot of it too.
No, I know. I think that is going to be more of a jokey episode than a more serious one like this, where we go more deep into the movie. Because Age of Dinosaurs is, I think it's a sci-fi original. And so, it probably had the
fire extinguisher one? Fire axe one?
It's the fire axe one. So,
Don't talk about that. The fire axe.
No, I'm not. I was just gonna say, its budget was probably half a shoe. Like,
You may be being too generous. I'm thinking like a toe.
CGI is so bad. But anyway, that's what we're doing next week, so tune in for that. What are we doing the week after that?
So we've got that one, then Becky,
Okay.
which stars Kevin James,
Yes.
which is funny because he's the bad guy. And then the next one is Hatchet. And then our book, it's my turn to pick our book, and I haven't decided on one yet.
So that's it.
Age of Dinosaurs, Becky, Hatchet.
Yep.
All right.
And will the book finish out February then?
No, that's the end of February. The book is the first thing in March.
Okay. So there you go. There's our schedule for February, and we'll let you know March schedule as soon as we can. Yep.